Greetings and welcome to Pop's Collection. I'm Ron Tweedy, joining me is Pops, and today we're going to be talking about episode 2 of Ms. Marvel, Crushed.
Good. Welcome everybody. Glad you're here with us. Got your coffee. We got our coffees. We're outside today. It's a beautiful day. We're going to be talking about this episode. I think there's some interesting things that we could talk about in this particular episode. It kind of starts out a continuation from the last episode.
Right.
She's learning a little bit more about her powers and training. I'm not sure what is it. Do you think it's like an ice thing? It doesn't really look like ice.
No, it's more like a crystal thing.
Yeah, so she can crystallize things and trying to step on them, and you know, she gets to the point where she can.
Right.
But more interestingly is that she really, really wants to know about her heritage and her relatives and their past.
That's some of it, yeah.
Yes. Well,
I mean, the other thing that I guess Bruno made the observation of is that the bangle is not the source of her powers. It's just amplifying what's already there, which, you know, I don't know. To me, I think that was a poor decision. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, you have, you know, oh yeah, you know, you had the power within you all along, that kind of thing. To me, it's like, okay, that's kind of cheesy and hokey.
It's kind of like, are they gonna? What direction are they going to continue along that line? You know, I felt the family thing was kind of an interesting thing to deal with.
Sure, yeah.
And we also got a little bit of high school jealousy and infatuation on Kamala's part.
Yeah.
A new senior that has entered the school. Cameron was his name?
Kamran, yeah.
Kamran, okay. And seems to me to be a rich kid.
Yeah. Yeah, in some ways, I guess.
Well,
it's, you know. And then the other side of it is that Kamala has this newfound confidence because she has these powers now. And so, you know, she kind of approaches things a lot differently now. So,
yes,
there's that.
We had that scene where she was walking through the hallways like she was the cool kid.
Yeah,
you know. So, and I thought it was kind of interesting. It seemed to me like there were other people that were kind of trying to take credit for her, what she did.
Sure.
And so we got a little bit of, oh, well, should I tell him? Should I not?
Yeah.
You know, that I thought was kind of cool. But I really kind of enjoyed or tried to enjoy most the part about her trying to find out more about, was it her mother's sister that sent her the bangle?
No, it's her grandmother.
Her grandmother's. But I guess she has a grandmother because she spoke with her grandmother.
Right. She asked about the bangle because she sent it to her.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Wasn't she with a bunch of ladies and they were discussing...
That wasn't her grandmother.
That wasn't her grandmother?
No, that was the Illuminantes.
Oh, yes. The Illuminantes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good pun. But everybody had a little something to say, but nobody really could say a lot about it. The mother didn't want to have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that there's probably a lot of families out there that there's a person in the family that doesn't get along with some of the others, and so there's some kind of animosity or refusing to talk about that. I know that when I was younger, I would always ask my mother about her parents, and the only thing she could ever say to me about that was that they were dead. You know, only after my mother died did I learn out that there was something so hurtful to her that she couldn't talk about it. Yeah. So, you know, I kind of wonder if that's the way it is with Kamala's mom. If it's something hurtful, or is it a jealousy thing? I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't know if they'll even get into that, but I thought it was interesting. And I think by the end of this episode that we are going to get maybe a little something else that may lead us into what's happening with her. Because we did, when she was training, she was getting these visions.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
They weren't flashbacks, so they were just visions, I think, right? Would you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so I still think that it's a pretty good show. You know, this episode wasn't as good as the first one.
Agreed.
But there was enough in it to hold your interest. So if you haven't watched any of it yet, so far not anything really bad that I could say, right? Would you say?
Well, like I said, I think the
direction they're going in.
Yeah, I mean, there's that, and you know, I don't have a problem with them exploring, you know, her, you know, cultural heritage and things like that. But, you know, again, I just wish they would be a little bit more consistent in that when it comes to other superheroes and, you know, being faithful to the source material as well. You know, them going to an Eid festival and do a lot of stuff. I'm fine with that, like I said, because that's her background. That's
right.
How the character's written. But,
yes.
You know, it would be interesting to have Matt Murdock at a St. Paddy's Day parade or something like that. You know?
Right, yes.
It's not going to happen, but it would be nice.
Well, you know, and that's the thing, when saying that she had these powers in her and the bracelet just enhanced them, you know, is that going to go down she's from another world?
I don't know.
You know, I mean...
Well, that's the other bigger picture about this, is that, you know, this is a prelude to the Marvels, which, you know, I don't know if it's a movie or a TV show, but it's going to be, you know, where her character, Monica Rambeau, and Carol Danvers are all going to converge into one story. So they're probably setting it up to that. So they could theoretically put a, you know, cosmic spin on this one as well. It's possible.
Yes. Not sure in which direction they're going, because one of the bad things about having a series like this is that you only get little tidbits of information with each episode. So you almost have to see the whole thing to get the whole picture, you know? And again, we're not sure what direction they're going to go in.
Yeah.
But I think it seems like it might be a cosmic spin.
It could
on
be,
it,
and that's fine. You know, that'd be fine.
Well, I still like the costumes in it. You know, that they tried to stay relatively authentic, I think.
I guess.
You know,
but we haven't seen the actual, you know, Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel costume that she normally has, so that hasn't shown up yet. And then,
well, if you remember with Daredevil on Netflix, we didn't get the Daredevil until the final episode.
Right, but that was there was a source material justification for that. If you read The Man Without Fear, the 6-issue miniseries with John Romita and Frank Miller, that was like, it almost was like panel for panel, what they did there, which was extremely faithful to the source material.
Right, and there is no source material that has her dressed up as Carol Danvers.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with the costume. Yeah, I was just saying we haven't seen the actual official costume of.
Okay,
of
which might take.
It took till I think it was issue 4 or 5 before that. So.
Okay, so.
Yeah, like I said, I have no issues about that. Like
maybe episode 4 or 5 here. Who
yeah,
knows?
Yeah, and to me, I think the whole Inhuman story element is completely missing from this as well, and so that to me is kind of a disappointment, because this would have been a perfect time to introduce or reintroduce those characters to the MCU, and they're kind of just letting that opportunity pass them.
Yes, well, we did get a little bit of Inhumans in the Multiverse of Madness.
We got a Inhuman, and that was it.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
An Inhuman, sorry.
And Inhuman, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have more. I would have loved.
Yeah.
Well, no, didn't we get the dog, too? Wasn't the dog in there
Lockjaw
somewhere?
wasn't in there, no.
I thought he was.
And that's another thing that is integral to the Kamala Khan story, is that, she kind of takes care of Lockjaw.
Yes,
So,
yes.
it would be nice to have him as well.
Well, it's only been 2 episodes.
True,
so,
that's true.
Maybe that'll happen. And again, if they're going in that direction, maybe that'll lead to that.
Uh-huh.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd love that. I'd love to see how they... I own the Inhuman series. It was a short 8-episode series, but they had Lockjaw in there, and I would love to see how the CG has improved since then.
Well, I mean, that was also TV CG.
Correct.
Right, so obviously they would spend a little more time. Although I will have to say that the CG that they did this episode with her evading the cops, which we didn't even talk about, was pretty crappy. Let's say.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
So that was disappointing.
Right, hopping over, getting over the car.
Yeah, that was really silly.
Well, you got to take the good with the bad, and it is technically TV, so.
Mm-hmm.
But
I know they're capable of more. I mean, they did the Moon Knight series. They did a lot of special effects with
some very good ones,
and it was well done. Same thing.
Better than the story.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not out of their wheelhouse to do that. So,
So, is the either have a good story or have good CG or special effects?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
why can't they do both?
Yeah, I would say they did do both in Hawkeye. I think they had both done very well. I think in Falcon and Winter Soldier they also did the same thing. So it's not unprecedented.
Yes, which I am looking forward to. Falcon and Winter Soldier will be coming hopefully this week on DVD for me, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that again. Just went through Hawkeye again and loved it. So if you get an opportunity, I would say try to binge watch those shows, or if you can, maybe 2-3 episodes a day.
Yeah.
And split it up in a couple of days. I think you get much more clarification, much more story. So
okay.
Which leads me to believe that if I get Miss Marvel on DVD, that there might be some things that I like a little better, or things that I catch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still worth a watch, guys. So we will hopefully, since we're going this route, I guess we'll do episode 3 next week.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and let's hope that it's better than episode 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Good. And as good as or better than episode 1. That's my plan.
Sure.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week with next week's episode of Ms. Marvel. Until then, goodbye. God bless.
Bye. God bless, and tell your friends.